Countdown to Halloween, featuring Gregory Miller's Dark Nights and Candlelight, 31 Tiny October Tales. Every night at exactly midnight, a new story will appear on StoryLink Radio's YouTube channel. You'll have 24 hours to listen, then it will disappear and the next one will appear. Plan to catch these each day or you'll miss one. Each story will be 2 to 13 minutes long. If you haven't already, be sure to listen to the introduction to the book right here on this channel. And now, tonight's story from Dark Nights and Candlelight, 31 Tiny October Tales. October 5th, The Steps.
Heck no, you won't do it. No way. No one ever has.
Margaret Fowler smiled.
Well, someone must have, otherwise there wouldn't be any stories about it.
Tess Clark, Lizzie Brown, and Margaret stood at the bottom of the stone steps looking up. A cool and heady wind swirled crisp leaves around their feet and scuttled them down the stain-chipped blocks that climbed up, up, up above them and disappeared into the darkness of an unseen, overgrown field.
And what do you think happened to them, huh?
Tess demanded, jerking the leash of her Boston Terrier Sprocket.
It's all made up,
Margaret said calmly.
No,
Lizzie replied, folding her arms across her chest.
It was just a long, long time ago. You can see the graves in the churchyard.
Margaret shook her head.
In stories like this, everything happened a long, long time ago. Handy, isn't it? That way no one's still alive who knew the people. The records get lost in fires and floods, and what really went down gets all twisted, don't it? You're new to town, said Tess. Otherwise you wouldn't say that. If Mother even knew I was close to hell's staircase tonight, she'd tan me raw and ground me through Christmas. Well, I'm going up at 11 o'clock sharp, said Margaret, and you'll see how nutty your mother is to believe such crap.
Tess's face began to model, and she took a step forward, Sprocket barking and running between her legs. But Lizzie put an arm out and held her back. We just thought it'd be good for you to know, Lizzie told Margaret. If you think it's only a story, okay, but most folk around here take it seriously. So you're saying people here really believe, that because the house that used to be up at the top of those steps burned down, and a couple of families supposedly died in it, the steps can somehow kill people now. Because they're, haunted? What I'm saying, Lizzie said quietly, is that the fire really did kill 3 families. 17 people all told, on October 5th, 1898. And that ever since then, if you walk up the steps on October 5th between 11 o'clock and midnight, the same date and time as the tragedy, that you'll catch fire and burn too. That's what I'm saying. Oh, Margaret snorted. Well, it's 10:58. In 2 minutes, I'm walking up those steps and proving this whole town wrong. We never should have brought her here, Tess said to Lizzie. This was a big mistake. Let's go. I need to get back. Mother thinks I'm just walking the dog. Lizzie pulled at Margaret's arm. Okay, come on. You win. You're brave. We're full of it. Okay, there you go. Congrats. Come on. Let's go. Margaret pulled away and looked at her watch. 11 o'clock. Here I go. They didn't try to stop her. They just turned away in horror. 1, 2, 3 steps. 5, 8, 10. Oh, Liz, I can't look, Tess sobbed. Don't, said Lizzie. Don't. They waited for the screams, the wall of heat, the shifting flicker of flame, and the smell of scorched flesh. They waited. And nothing happened. See? Called Margaret at the top of the steps. 13 steps and all still here. No fire, no smoke, nothing. Gingerly, Tess and Lizzie opened their eyes and turned back around. There Margaret stood, untouched, unburnt, grinning widely high above them. She trotted back down the steps and put her hand on her hips. We should have made a bet, she said. Wow, you should have seen yourselves. Sprocket, stop! What are you... Stop! Suddenly frantic, with a quick jerk, Sprocket lunged forward, yanking his leash out of Tess's hand and tearing madly toward the steps. Later, the girls all agreed it was as if a whistle had called him like a siren song. The instant his front paws set foot on the bottom step, a great cloak of smoking flame erupted up his torso and tore across his back. The spectacle lasted less than 30 seconds. On the 7th step, Sprocket collapsed, a seared husk, and moments later nothing was left but ash and bone. Tess crouched on the ground, screaming in horror. Lizzie lay close by, heaving onto the sidewalk. Margaret, still standing beside them, simply stared at the smoldering remains, unblinking, until the smoke irritated her eyes and she shut them tight. As if emerging from a trance, she finally opened them, looked around, spotted Tess and Lizzie, then glanced down at her watch. I forgot, she said softly. Oh, how could I? It's always 2 minutes fast. I really need to get a new one. It's on my birthday list. I can't believe I forgot. I can't believe it. She bent over Tess and Lizzie. All right, I admit it, she said softly. You were right. But the admission did not seem to comfort either one of them. Ooh, awkward, Margaret thought, and walked quickly away. You've just heard tonight's story from Dark Nights and Candlelight, 31 Tiny October Tales from author Gregory Miller. You can get this book right now on Amazon at the on-screen link, and Kindle Unlimited users can borrow a copy of the book for free. You can learn more about Gregory Miller and his many amazing books and projects at his website, On Screen. If you have not already, be sure to listen to our event video here and visit our event website to learn all about our upcoming events. Remember to come back after midnight for our next tale. Oh, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for StoryLink Radio.